choices, right? We all have choices in life. We all have the freedom of choice, you know? But what if I told you people that doesn't align with how we are as a people don't want you to have a choice? They want you to follow what they say, putting you in a blender, putting you in a bind where you don't have a choice in anything, or how you live, wherever you go, whatever you do. And that's what's going on right now. This is a fight, a silent fight between the haves and the have-nots. And I just want y'all to take into consideration that, you know, sometimes the truth is right in front of you. I mean, you can do your own research at your own time about certain things, certain companies taking over, buying property, buying everything under the sun. So you won't have nothing. You won't have a say. And also to take away your amendments. You want to live a life like that? I didn't think so. Because these people, they think you're stupid. They think you're weak. That's why they're doing things for you without your consent. I mean, I think you as in people who's probably watching this video is like, I don't want to live like that. I want to make my own choices, and which that's good. God gave you a choice. You know what I'm saying? You know, good or bad. If it's bad, you probably gonna have to suffer the consequences. If it's good, you're gonna be rewarded. But it's up to you to know what's going on and know thy enemy, and also protest in your own way that things might come to fruition. You can stop it. The general public has to come together in order for this to work. Now, show y'all some compilations, different stuff that you need to know about and take into consideration. Like I said, this channel is about me spreading awareness and coming up and having conversations with you guys just to see how things are and get a different perspective on things. Some of this can be debunked, but 9 times out of 10, it's really the truth. Hey y'all, MasterBoris here with another video. Please enjoy this compilation, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
They say that this plant can kill you if you eat it. Or can it cure you? Cancer, herpes, HIV, HPV, tonsillitis has been proven to be cured with this plant, which is called pokeweed. Pokeweed consists of what you call pokeweed antiviral proteins, in which it utilizes a process called selective toxicity. This is a process in which a chemical compound will target microorganisms that are dangerous for the body. Yet, at the same time, it will also not cause as much damage to the other cells of the body that you need to maintain a proper health. But you have to make sure that you use it right. Therefore, you can utilize this with balancement to be able to target HIV, herpes, HPV, tumors, even tonsillitis to get infection off of the organs. A magical herb that we utilized for many years. Sure.
Listen, y'all, if democracy ever existed, it doesn't now. If it ever did, it doesn't now. I know everybody is not going to be ready for this conversation, but I got to have it anyway. We obviously know that the U.S. is engaged in an illegal war. Okay, there's no debating this. Despite whatever you might think about the leader of Iran, the war is illegal. Okay, and nobody in our government is committed to stopping this rogue regime. Wait till November if you want to, but don't say I didn't say nothing. We are living under the governance of a brazenly lawless criminal and his cronies with no accountability, because accountability requires systems of which we don't have. I think it's important, Black people, to understand that this is not business as usual. And we should stop treating it like it's business as usual or like in this too shall pass. We're in a global shift. If there was ever a time to act as a bloc, it's now. I would like to be discussing things that I think we should be doing, but I'm going to discuss things that I think we should stop doing. And I could tell you right now that some of y'all are going to be mad at me. But again, there's a lot of shit we should just be shutting down, right? We should shut down shit that takes up our time, that takes up our energy, that takes up our resources, but is not actually building anything that supports the collective, because that's going to be important right now. That is important right now. That's what's been important. It's what they've been trying to stop, which highlights its importance. That nonprofit board that you sit on so you can network, but you ain't attended a meeting, shut that shit down. That business that you've been trying to start for 3 years and you haven't seen any traction or revenues, shut it down. The collaborations that aren't moving nothing forward, cut them. We need to move shit. We need to move shit while the rules are being rewritten. That's what's happening right now. Rules are being rewritten. We're operating in this old playbook. We need to be operating out of what is going on right now. Your time, your talent, your treasure, they matter. So let's put them where they can be used productively. Consolidating our resources is an underutilized strategy. We've been conditioned to just do on our own. Many of us have businesses that we should not have. I know you don't like to hear that, but it's the truth. A lot of you got grants during COVID and you should have never gotten a grant because your business idea sucks. It's terrible. Entrepreneurship is not a pathway to wealth. Entrepreneurship done well is a pathway to wealth. And most of us don't do entrepreneurship well. I have spent the last 10 years pacifying entrepreneurs with shitty ideas. And not only do I regret doing that for as long as I've done it, I also have had to pivot because we just can't afford to do this anymore. So y'all know what's up. More in the caption.
All of this is now owned by one single family, the Ellisons. This is billionaire Larry Ellison, and this is his son David, and they've been on an absolute spending frenzy. First, they took over CBS Paramount in 2024 on behalf of Israel. Then last year, Larry Ellison bought TikTok, also on behalf of Israel. And now the Ellisons are taking over Warner Brothers for $111 billion. Keep in mind that Larry Ellison is the largest single private donor to the IDF, and he just so happens to be very close friends with Netanyahu. They wouldn't be trying to run some kind of psychological operation on us, would they?
Why can't Israel be doing some sort of, counterintelligence, information warfare like this, where they are actually doing the same type of, psychological operations in America?
All of this comes as, for the first time in American history, American support for Palestinians is greater than that of Israel. Probably all just a coincidence.
please stop eating this shit. Let me show y'all a little something, okay? Pay attention. Nuggets. Look at that. Look at that. That's what's in these nuggets. I know y'all like y'all's hot and spicy, but look at that. Look, even your desserts, your apple pies. Watch out, man. Even your fucking McGriddles, man. Look, let's think about it. I'm just trying to tell y'all, let y'all know. Cause y'all don't get to see these ingredients, so. Stop eating this shit, okay?
Bill Gates? Mark Zuckerberg? Really strange. This 19-year-old guy drops out from Harvard and founds Facebook, okay? And now he's a billionaire. How does that happen, guys? Well, it must be the American dream. Oh, ChatGPT, guys. Really strange. If you have a dream and you just follow it, you can become a billionaire in America. Yeah. It's all just a scam, right? Google, it's all just a scam, okay? What you need to understand about these companies is they were all founded with US military technology that is public, okay? The internet is a US military technology. Google, the search engines, it's all US military technology. And they were given to these guys for free. Why would they do that? Okay, again, if you think that we're ruled by secret societies, and it's really secret societies that control the world, and they want this technology out there to better surveil people, it makes a lot more sense, right? Because if the Pentagon said, hey, with this free computer that you can use, you'd be like, I'm not gonna use this computer because you'll spy on me, right? But if Mark Zuckerberg says, hey, free Facebook, guys, you wanna use it? You're like, yeah, sure, Facebook, yeah. He's a dork from Harvard, of course he can be trusted, right? Same strategy, okay, guys?
The majority of headaches, guys, remember this, there are no pain receptors in the brain. Brain surgery is painless, right? So the brain is not capable of sending a pain signal. So where does the signal come from? It comes from the covering of the brain called the dura. The dura hates two things. It hates being stretched and it hates being contracted. 85% of all the migraine sufferers that I've ever treated had a simple clinical deficiency in sodium. I have them drink salt water and their headaches go into permanent remission. Because we are not hydrated when we have water in our blood, we're hydrated when we have water in our tissues. And what determines whether or not water leaves the blood and enters the tissue is the sodium gradient. It's called osmosis. So if we actually restore the sodium gradient, that dura starts to relax and the pain goes away.